Salut et bienvenue, je suis Chris Bongo et you are watching Game On. So this is the show that I often talk with Shane McGregor to give you the insights before you make your last decision. You know which decision I'm talking about? This is a preview show, so your only decision is where should you put your money on? But you cannot do that if you don't register and sign up. So go to our website. When our QR code comes, use your phone to go there. Because the story is quite big. Shane McGregor lost money this weekend because he predicted wrongly. So you don't want to do that. That happened in PSL, it happened in English Premier League, but his favorite league, Bundesliga, keeping giving us some flash. There is a good conversation. So my conversation today with Shane McGregor is to put him in a hot seat to tell me, why did he lose the money? So you don't go away because this conversation is all about you. Make some bucks. Shane, how much did you lose this weekend?
Chris, I'm not a huge punter, but I lost a few rand. Unfortunately, it happened. You know, that's football, and that's what it's about, and that's what betting's about. You know, I didn't see Everton losing to Luton. I got to say it.
Luton?
I got to say it, you know, certain people have already sent messages about Luton. I said they're going to get relegated. I stand by it. They're going to get relegated, but they won a game. Egg on my face.
Before you ran fast, because Luton is quite far away, you lost money at home, or you make money at home?
I made money during the week at home.
Okay.
So that was the good thing.
We talked about Chief turning the corner. You gave me the beautiful speech. What I liked about your speech is you give me an insight. Why did you say so? But why the result will still be negative. Elaborate.
Well, you know, we spoke about this last week, and you asked me if they've turned the corner. I said yes and no. I know it's a two-way answer, but I said to you yes because they're playing a lot better and they looked a lot better in the game. No, because their strikers are not scoring. Now, you can't rely on goals from midfielders. You can't rely on brilliant goals. You can't rely on your midfielders to get all your goals. And their strikers are not converting opportunities. And hence, during the week, I was looking at it, and by chance, I had a good look at the game. They played Cape Town City during the week. And thank goodness I remember the conversation we had, because I had a look at it. If you look at form, Cape Town City...
Sorry, you went back to this show.
I went back to this show.
Conversation, and you changed your mind.
I went back to the show. You know, Chiefs, everyone thought Chiefs were going to beat Cape Town City. Cape Town City being going through their bad patch. Yes, they did have the victory. I had a look at the form, and I had a look at the form of Cape Town City up against Chiefs in Joburg. They've beaten them the last 4 times they've travelled up there. So that says a lot. They had won the week before, and then I remember the conversation we had about Chiefs not scoring, their strikers not scoring, made my decision a lot easier. I said, well, I'm going to go with Cape Town City. So
those are the elements when I am sitting at home and I sign up, I'm putting my bet, I have to be thinking about, it's not always about the name of the team. It's not always about yesterday's result. It is about overall.
That's about everything, Chris. You know, you can't, if you want to make money in this game, you can't be saying, I'm a Chiefs supporter, I'm going to back Chiefs all the time, because then you're not going to make money. There is going to be the time they lose. Look at Man City last weekend, got beaten. That happens. It all happens. It's football, and that's the ball's round. Things happen. Look what happened with Liverpool. A lot of those things happened. So you got to take a bigger perspective of it. You got to look at, number one, injuries. You got to look at the way the teams
play. Can you look at the referees as well? Because
we can't do that.
Referees are getting quite part of the game itself, Often we used to talk about the referee as by the way, right? But now the referees, they're becoming the story of the week.
And sadly, because referees shouldn't be there. Referees should be just officiating games, shouldn't be taking the limelight for the wrong reasons. And that's what's been happening over the last few weeks. Unfortunately, been taking the limelight for the wrong reasons. Look at the Liverpool game. VAR have said it's a goal. The referees let it go, and he's given the offsides. Now, that can cost Liverpool the title.
No, many things. It can cost Liverpool the title, or
coach's job.
Even top 4, or coach's job, and it can make Spurs win the league. And all that, when you equate it to rand and dollar cents, that is a lot of money.
It's major money. It's major money. So it's shocking that it's been happening. I mean, it shouldn't happen, but it happens. And you know, it's a human thing. In South Africa, we don't have VAR. It's a human thing. I just feel that they need to look at what's happening and start putting a little bit more training into it.
Coming from the midweek, the result that we got, going to the weekend, what do you see will change? Because my worry is when all the teams below Chiefs start getting their result, because Chiefs play 9 games and they play 8 games and 7 games, and the Pirate 5. When those teams they start collecting points, Chiefs might find themselves in a very, very bad position. Do you still stand? By the way, congratulations to Shane. If you put money in this, Shane said the first coach to eat the dust will be Cape Town Spurs coach, his best friend, Sean Bartlett. He's gone. So listen to this carefully. Do you think if Kaizer Chiefs this weekend, they don't get a result, do you think the coach's job is becoming a big, big situation? But as I'm asking you that question, something came in my mind, so I want to ask you this as well. Who do you think will replace Sean Bartlett? We know Minderdop is in Cape Town. We know Mushin is in Cape Town. So you have 2 questions. One, Kaizer Chiefs. The second one, who do you think is going to take the job?
Well, luckily for Chiefs, they don't play this weekend because it's the Cup final. So
yes, it is a Cup final.
So luckily
My
for them,
apologies.
luckily for them, they don't play. But I know what you're saying. Those other teams are going to be there, are rising up. So it's a big worry for Chiefs. They're going to be looking over their shoulders and hoping that results go for them. I wouldn't know Cape Town Spurs. You know, they're not spending money. So can they afford a Middendorf? Can they afford a Mushin Electrical? For me, that's a big mistake.
Let's put money on it.
For me, that's a big mistake, Chris. If you're going to take that...
So you are saying if you have to bet in who will replace Sean Bartlett, you should not go for Minderdop or Mushin?
No. I'll tell you why. It's because you've got to look at their culture. You've got to look at Cape Town Spurs culture. They want to bring the youth through. They want to bring players from in the academy in.
Mushin works well with young players.
That might be a little plus for him, but not Middendorf, because he'll come in, be there for 2 weeks and disappear again. So you've got to look long term. You've got to be looking to stay in Premier League.
In the second segment of this show, we will touch on the big final in South Africa. We can call it a big elephant in the room. That is the MTN final in Durban.